Hi dear students, let's see this question that came in JEE Advanced Paper 2 Physics in the year 2018. The question is matrix match type. So basically we have got two columns, list 1, list 2, and we have to match the entries in list 1 from list 2. In this question, the question is simple, not very difficult. In this question, it has been given that there is a particle which moves according to four different ways. So in the entry P, the method of movement is governed by this equation. Position vector is varying as per this equation. In entry Q, position vector is varying according to this law, and so on and so forth. Alpha and beta are positive constants. It has also been given that there are five quantities that are being defined for the particle: linear momentum P, angular momentum L about the origin, kinetic energy K, potential energy U, and E is the total mechanical energy. It is given in the question that the force acting in each case PQRS is either zero or conservative in nature. So basically we have to talk that which all quantities will be conserved for each entry. That means, for example, let's talk about entry P. So amongst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which of these quantities will be conserved for the particle as it moves? So the question is fairly simple. Let us try to solve this question. So if you talk about entry P, R equals to alpha T plus alpha T I cap plus beta T J cap. So basically R is equals to alpha T I cap plus beta T J cap. It is alpha and beta are positive constants here. So it is very easy to see that here the velocity is constant. Alpha I cap plus beta J cap. We differentiate position vector with respect to time and we get velocity. So velocity is constant, that means acceleration is zero. So in this case force is zero. Now we can very simply say that linear momentum will be constant because velocity is constant, mass is constant, so linear momentum will be constant. Angular momentum will be constant about the origin because if velocity is constant, let us say this is the velocity, so mvr. So if this is the perpendicular distance and this is the velocity vector and m is also anyway constant, so perpendicular distance is constant, velocity is constant, and m is constant. Also the direction of angular momentum is also constant. You can see about the origin, the angular momentum for the figure that I have drawn is anti-clockwise in nature, so it will always remain anti-clockwise as particle moves on this axis. So L will also be constant. Kinetic energy is constant because speed is constant. Total energy is constant because there is no force, hence there cannot be any change in the total energy. So we can say that potential energy will also be constant and total energy is constant. So basically we can say that for the first entry P, all of them will be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so P will go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's talk about Q. Alpha cos omega t plus beta sin omega t. So one way of doing this is alpha cos omega t I cap plus beta sin omega t omega t j cap. This is the position vector. If we try to find the velocity vector, so it will be alpha omega cos will become minus sin omega t I cap plus beta omega sin will become cos omega t j cap. Okay. So velocity you can see is this. If you try to find the speed of the particle, that will be the under root of alpha square omega square sine square omega t plus beta square omega square cos square omega t. So it can be clearly seen that speed is not constant. If alpha and beta were equal, then speed would have become constant. So speed is not constant, and hence we can say kinetic energy is not constant, which will also mean that potential energy is not constant because total energy is constant since it is moving under the action of conservative forces. So we can say that total energy is constant, but K and U are not constant. If we talk about linear momentum, so it is not constant because velocity is changing. You can see velocity is a function of time very clearly. So we can say linear momentum is not constant. Now let's try to talk about angular momentum. So if you talk about angular momentum, so L will be m into r cross velocity. So this will be, if you do r cross velocity, So this vector cross this vector. So this cross alpha omega cos omega t cross alpha omega sin omega t, this will be 0. I cross I is 0. I cross j will become k, and it will be alpha beta omega cos square omega t. Alpha beta omega cos square omega t k cap, and this again alpha beta omega sin square omega t. J cross I will become minus k, but 1 minus is already there, so again it will become plus k. So again it will become alpha beta omega sin square omega t k cap, right? So this total will become, now sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. This will become m alpha beta omega k cap, which means angular momentum is constant about the origin. So we get the answer, total energy and angular momentum is constant about the origin, right? So Q will match with 2 and 5, right? So if you go to the options, so anyway we have found our answer, because P matches with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and Q matches with 2 and 5. This is only true for option A. In option B, Q is given 3, 5. In option C, Q is given 5. In option D, Q is given 2, 5. But option P has been given 1, 2, 3, 5. Therefore, only A matches. But let's check for R as well and D as well, because for the purpose of understanding it will be good. So one more thing, we could have also thought of this motion as a superposition of two SHMs. This is one SHM happening along x-axis, and this is one SHM happening along y-axis, and they are phase shifted by pi by 2. So in this case, we realize that the motion comes out to be elliptical. And anyway, if you try to find the equation of trajectory, so it will be elliptical in nature, because you can see the x coordinate is alpha cos omega t and y coordinate is beta sin omega t. So you can see that x square by alpha square plus y square by beta square is 1. So this is ellipse. This is substantiated by the fact that this is the superposition of two SHMs which are phase shifted by an angle of pi by 2, and their amplitudes are alpha and beta. Alpha is the amplitude along x-axis and beta is the amplitude along y-axis. So overall motion comes out to be elliptical in nature. This is a known fact. So we could have used this logic also to arrive at the conclusion. In this case, kinetic energy will not come out to be constant because alpha and beta are not equal. Had alpha and beta been equal, then the path would have become circular in nature, and kinetic energy would have come out to be equal. This all these things are taught in SHM. So kinetic energy is not equal. Now if you try to think carefully, since the x component of the particle is also performing SHM, y component is also performing SHM, so we can say the force of x will also pass through origin and force of y will also pass through origin. So overall force will always pass through origin, and hence we can say that net torque will be zero about the origin. So angular momentum will remain conserved about the origin, which is what we observed. Now since kinetic energy will vary in SHM, since alpha was not equals to beta, so kinetic energy will vary in SHM, and hence potential energy will also vary, because in SHM the total force is conservative in nature, and hence we can say that net force will also be conservative in nature. Therefore total energy will remain conserved. So we could have derived all these things by the logic of SHM as well, right? Let's go back to option R, which is alpha cos omega t plus alpha sin omega t. Now this is the same case that we talked about here, like if alpha becomes equals to beta. So you can very easily see that this is a uniform circular motion, right? So in uniform circular motion, angular momentum is conserved about the origin. We can say that MVR about the origin, angular momentum remains conserved both in direction as well as in magnitude. Anyway, if for this case angular momentum was conserved, so this is a special option R is the special case of option Q, if just that alpha has become equals to beta. So anyway, in this case, angular momentum will remain conserved, and we know that in UCM, angular momentum remains conserved about the origin. Kinetic energy is conserved because that we already know that in uniform circular motion, kinetic energy remains conserved, and we also saw in option Q that if alpha was equals to beta, then kinetic energy must have been equal. So total energy will also be equal, potential energy will also be equal. Linear momentum will change the direction because of the change in the direction of velocity, and hence R matches with 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you see in this, we already know that option A is the correct answer. So in this R is matching with 2, 3, 4, 5. Option S, this is parabolic motion. If you observe it carefully, it's like motion under gravity, or motion in constant acceleration. You differentiate this twice, you will see that acceleration becomes constant. Velocity will be, which is very very easy to see. Motion vector is alpha t I cap plus beta by 2 t square, right? Yeah, beta by 2 t square j cap. So we can see that velocity is nothing but alpha I cap plus beta t j cap, and acceleration is beta j cap. So it's like motion under gravity. Okay, it's just that gravity is acting in the upward direction. Basically, motion under constant force. So it will be parabolic in nature, right? It will be a parabola. In this case, it will be upward parabola because the gravity is acting in the upward direction. So basically, this sort of parabola. Okay. So if you think carefully, so we can say that linear momentum will not be constant because velocity will change its sign. You know, angular momentum will not be constant because you can think in the gravity particle goes away from the origin. So its angular momentum will not be constant. Okay. Kinetic energy will not be constant because there will be an acceleration. Potential energy will not be constant. Since total energy has to be constant, because we can say that force is conservative in nature, constant forces are always conservative. So total energy is constant. So we can say that kinetic energy, potential energy will not be constant, kinetic energy will not be constant, but total energy will be constant. And anyway, you know that in the motion and the gravity, the sum of kinetic and potential energy remains constant. So we can say that uh, option S matches with E. Sorry, 5. So this is what we have know. So that means A will belong to PQRS. You could have also found out this by differentiation, but I thought that this is much better way of comparing with parabola. So I hope you would have understood the solution. That's all. Thank you.